Hey folks, and welcome to another episode of Crit Hit Reviews with your host, Arlyeon. On today's episode, I'll be talking about the review copy I received of Cheka Dev's Type Knight, a more stabby variant of Typing Tutor. Find out if my time with this title was a night to remember, or if it dawned on me that I'd made a terrible mistake. You're a knight, wandering through what is clearly an undead-infested graveyard. You're probably looking to purge it of all evil that's inside, to boot. I mean, the exacts of why you're on this quest are left a bit vague, but you do have some nifty bits of prose to look forward to as you advance through the game, which provide you some flowery accompaniments to your undead murderathon. Anyway, like I said, Type Knight is primarily an exercise in typing, as it sets you in a graveyard against a veritable plethora of undead assailants, whom you're tasked with slaying by typing in their associated words. As you henpeck your way through the game, or, actually learn to type if you want to see victory, since it gets a lot harder as it progresses, you'll not only be gradually introduced to a slowly increasing array of enemies and more complicated words, but also new mechanics. These range from giving yourselves a 4-letter word that serves as a screen-clearing panic button, win a prize if you guess what my first one was, as well as the ability to block. That second one is a little bit finicky really, since it only applies to certain magic-wielding enemies and wholly allows all the basic ones to beat your head into paste while you're blocking. But if you ignore the magic-wielding enemies in favor of clearing melee ones, you'll find yourself soaking a decent bit of damage, which can definitely suck, because the ability to restore health is both spaced out a fair bit and only restores a limited segment of the health bar, making each mess a potentially run-ending calamity. I legitimately despise those chain enemies, okay? Still, if you're not a fan of the word selection being randomized and need a break from the common array of words you'll be typing away at, you can dive into the custom game mode for a change of pace, where you can upload things like Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, the Canticle for Leibowitz, or even just type along to chunks of Homestuck's labyrinthine script to use a resource for words. I mean, you're not going to see any storyline segments while doing it, but I mean, you can aim for the high score. Now musically, I honestly find it to be one of Type Knight's stronger elements, and definitely served as a decent means of providing a bit more diversity as you advance through the seemingly endless swaths of undead minions. I don't have too much to say about Type Knight's graphics other than that they do look fairly nice, and I did appreciate there are options to modify the shield's text elements to different colors, or alter its background for the benefits of visibility for the player. That said, it did suck pretty hard to be unable to make this full screen. Like, friggin' fight me on that. Anyways, I don't have the most complex blurb to talk about this title, but that's fine. Type Knight is a fairly straightforward stab at a typing style game, with some neat gameplay elements and a pleasant aesthetic choice. The music definitely helped a lot to make my repeated playthroughs more pleasant, especially since the story elements that occur aren't randomized and somewhat spaced out, and you always start from scratch when you die. Basically, you can expect a fair bit of repetition, especially if you're a typing scrub, though I'll entirely acknowledge that the option of uploading custom text is a decent way to mix things up. Still, I can't say I found myself falling in love with Type Knight, which is ultimately why I rank it as a fail. Honestly, it's not the worst thing, but I can't see myself really recommending this to anyone. The main reason I put so much time into it was just to ensure that I had had enough of a taste of the game to write this review. Anywho, thanks for tuning in, folks. If you agree, disagree, or just have something to say to me, feel free to comment. And for those interested in more indie reviews, developer interviews, podcasts, or Monday TTRPG content, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you know when there's a new release. There's also a Discord. You can click the link in the banner or description to become a part of our community, the Crit Hit Cauldron. Lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have a coffee running now to help supplement funds for our lovely editor, and to make sure we can continue to provide quality content. Again, check the description and the banner for them links. Anywho, I'll catch you on the next episode of Crit Hit. Take care till then, folks!